Right, hello guys, and welcome to today's video. And today's video is kind of a follow-up on the video that I most recently did, because it seems to have gone down as quite controversial with some of you guys. So I kind of want to talk about that today, and talk about why I do stand by my point that I think MW3 is well worth $70, and is more than just DLC, because I got a lot of comments from you guys, and like I said, I'm fine with you putting your opinion down below, but you got to understand, I'm allowed to have my opinion too. Some of yous were okay with it. I'm okay with you putting that, you disagree with my opinion. That's perfectly fine. We're allowed to agree and disagree. When some of you are, being a bit insulting and stuff, that's a little bit different, okay? It's a little bit out of hand. So, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay with you guys leaving your opinion down below. But I want to talk about it today because I feel like it deserves a follow-up, because I do genuinely believe this game is worth the $70, and I do genuinely enjoy this game. Now, a lot of you said that it's okay for me to enjoy the game, but you feel that it's not worth $70. And I'm going to argue that case today. And again, you can put down in the comment section below whether you think that my opinion's valid on this or not. Absolutely fine. I like having a discussion with you guys in the comments. Perfectly fine. I enjoy that sort of discussion. Just keep it civil, okay? Keep it civil. But let's talk about it. So, the game itself, right? It's great. I love this game. The movement, the gameplay. We talked about this all last video. The zombies, DMZ. The campaign was okay. It wasn't amazing. I'm gonna be honest. The campaign was a bit of a letdown, but all in all, this is a pretty good put together Call of Duty game. Now, what is it exactly? Well, it's a lot of things that we want in the series. We've got a lot of the maps that we did want. Now, yes, I know people are going to say, well, why should we be paying for maps that we've already played before? I get that sentiment, right? But a lot of you guys do ask this as well. Like, one of the big things in the community is we've always wanted what Call of Duty Mobile has. What does Call of Duty Mobile have? Basically every single thing from previous cards put into a new card. Just it's all together. It's got, it gets added weapons, and it changes here and there. It has camos and store bundles and all that stuff. And it works really well. Now, of course, COD Mobile is free, right? You only have to pay for bundles and stuff. Bit different to what Call of Duty is right now. This is a fully fledged $70 game with old maps, which I get people's point. But the problem we do have is when Call of Duty, now this is more on the developers, when we do get new maps, how often or how many times in the last few years have we got poor excuses for maps, right? I'm kind of okay with them doing old maps because they are going to do new maps. Like, we've got Season 1 coming up. I wouldn't say soon, but it's coming up, and it's got, we're going to have 3 brand new maps. They're going to release brand new maps every season. So we will get new maps in this game. It's just to start the game off with MW2 maps, I'm perfectly okay with. And of course, we've got ground war maps that are actually new. It's a part of, obviously, whatever the new Warzone map's going to be. They work really well. Some of them are not so great. I'd say about 3 out of the 4 are pretty good. So, is what it is, really. I think they're perfectly okay. But, yeah, I want to argue my point here today. So, I saw the big one was it's just DLC. That's all Modern Warfare 3 is. How can you think $70 is worth it for just DLC? And I'm going to argue this point. And I think this is a great point here. So, the reason I argue this is, back in the day, what happened with DLC when it came to Call of Duty? We used to pay for $15 map packs, right? We're talking like 2009, 2008. It was $15 for a map pack. Now, what came in a map pack back in the old days of Call of Duty? Well, you had 5 maps, didn't you? You'd have multiplayer. Some of them would have zombies, depending on if it was a Treyarch title, etc. But you got a lot for $15. Well, a decent amount for $15. Did you get new weapons? No, you wouldn't get new weapons in those map packs either. So you literally just got maps, and that was okay back in the day. The only complaint people had was that it caused a massive split in the player base, which if you bought the DLC, you wouldn't then be able to play with people who didn't have the DLC. It just worked like that for some reason. I don't know why you couldn't just not be like that, but that's how it was. So if you bought the DLC, you kind of didn't get the best of it. Like, you kind of got shafted a little bit because of the way the matchmaking system worked. But my point being, it was $15 for these 2009 map packs, etc., for 5 maps, which in today's term, we're going to talk about inflation, of course, would probably come out to about $21.50, I'd say. That's pretty estimated maths, but I feel like you would agree with that. If not, we'll argue $20 for the sake of it, yeah? But let's talk about now, so, the DLC that back in the day, right? How many would you get in a year? Probably 1 to 5, right? Well, 1 to 5. You'd get 4 or 5 DLC map packs, right? $15 each, which we'll say nowadays is $20. That's $80 to $100, right? That's $80 to $100 just to get, what, 4, 8, 12, 16 to 20 maps, yeah? That's, and yes, of course, there's a zombies experience, but I'll argue that as well. And what I'm getting at is, the zombies that came in this game is obviously a fully fledged mode that's going to get updated. It might even change the map. It's going to change here and there. They're going to do loads of crazy updates. We've got 16 maps, plus the 4 big ones, of course, from Ground War. So 20 maps at launch, right? On top of getting new maps every single season. I think this was... Well, if you're going to argue it's DLC, I feel this is well worth it as DLC, if you guys are going to argue that. And then we're not even got to the point of the fact that there are new weapons in this game. Now, yes, I know people are going to argue that the MCW is obviously the old ACR, but it's still new to us. It's still new to the feeling and stuff. Yes, they're based off of weapons, but like, you know, you can't, unless they're making a game like what Treyarch does, where they make futuristic and they just go out and make their own type of guns. Realistically, you know, they're going to use the old guns, right? We're going to see different variations of the SCAR, the TAC. We're going to see guns that are used in war like the Enfield and the M16 and stuff like that, right? So you get new weapons, and every season there's going to be a new weapon. Now, yes, people will talk about the battle pass and you have to pay for it. Let's be honest, at this point, if you haven't played the game to the point where you get the stuff for free, either you might be new to the series. If you're new to the series, I can totally understand. But a lot of you guys, I imagine, been playing Call of Duty for quite a while, since the whole, you know, season pass thing. And obviously you get 100 COD points for free every season. At this point, if you've played as much as, you know, I have, or if, you know, even like maybe only 2 of the cards, you might even only played 2 of the cards out of the last 3-4 years or whatever, you would probably have earned enough COD points to get the battle pass every single year, every single season, sorry, but basically free, right? It's essentially free now. It costs 1,000 COD points, and then you get 1,300 on top every single season. So you build up more COD points for the next thing, and then you eventually build up enough COD points to be able to buy yourself bundles. That's why I have 9,000 odd COD points, because I don't spend them, unfortunately. Like, there's not been anything in the store to really like wow me, and even if there has, my thought process has always been, well, it only lasts for this game, and this game isn't like, I'm not going to be playing this game forever. It's nice that obviously the MW2 stuff carried over, which again, I argue is a great thing now that the weapons are actually balanced. Like the MW3 weapons, I'd say do perform the MW2 weapons so far from what I can tell. Obviously, we're still early days. We don't know if there's something really broken OP that people haven't found out yet. But there's a lot in this game for $70. And I don't understand the argument. I feel like it was weird that it was accepted back in the day that a 4 or 5 map packs, you know, including zombies, was a good standard for $15, but today we get a fully fledged new game, and I say fully fledged, right? It's an updated title with new movement, new, you know, being able to end on stuff. Basically, what Modern Warfare 2 should have been, yes. But the reality as well is Modern Warfare 2, if it was to continue how the plan was supposed to go, the second year was supposed to be just DLC. And I feel like you guys would have been more in uproar if MW2 had been the game, like the, you know, the movement and the way MW2 was and the way Warzone 2 was the standard, and we just got given map packs. We got fully fledged new guns. We got, like I say, branded. We got old maps that are great. Like, people want these maps. I don't understand the argument. That's why I argue, and I'm going to say this as well. I'm not paid by Activision or that. I've had this, you know, put in the comments. Like, trust me, I am as far away from being paid from Activision or Sledgehammer or Treyarch or Infinity Ward, whoever it may be. I'm as far away from that as possible. I'm on the same level as you guys when it comes to getting paid by Activision. It's just not going to happen, okay? I genuinely believe this game is well worth it, and is actually a very good card, and I feel like there's a lot of hatred to this card for no reason, to be honest. It's a little bit buggy at the launch sometimes, and but other than that, it's been a pretty smooth launch, I'd say. So let me know down below what you think. I personally think this game is well worth the $70. I am doubling down on that, but I want to know what you guys think to my argument. Do you agree with it? Do you disagree with it? Let me know down below. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe notifications on. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Goodbye.